Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tania Lopez, and if you have not blessed me with your presence before, I am the visual artist behind Art Esom, the platform that I utilize to share my artwork, my Puerto Rican themed crafts, as well as my journey as a full-time artist. Today's video, I want to share with you my 5 venues that I would sell my artwork if I had known this before. Meaning, if I was a beginner artist and I had a chance to do it all over again from scratch, what is the order of things that I will go about selling my artwork? And I know that's a little different than other videos, but I just found it that from experience, man, I would have done things a little bit different. So if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up right below. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So again, I want to make sure that I let you know that the list or the order that I'm doing things, or I'm listing this video, is just my personal way of how I would have gone about it if I was starting again from scratch. By no means am I telling you that you have to start this way or that you have to do them in the same order that I listed them. Also, these are only 5 ways where you can sell your artwork. There are many other ways for you to do this, things that we will cover later on, but for right now, let's just go ahead and get started. The first way that I would start selling my artwork if I had to do it again would be with print on demand companies. Now, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning when I first found out about them, I had ran into this one website where I was looking into selling art prints, and they had their services there listed for print on demand, but they charged you. And of course, when you are beginning, you don't really have that much to invest. And if you do have a little bit to invest, then you're a little more cautious as to what you're doing. So I went a different route, and I actually purchased art prints in order for me to be able to sell at the vendor shows or craft fairs and so forth. If I had known, I would have started with a print on demand company that does not charge for you to list your products. And why? Because in the beginning, your main focus is to try to build your portfolio and try to make sure that you have enough pieces for, let's say, a gallery or even certain kinds of shows where you are required to have at least 15 to 20 pieces. If you don't have that yet, then the best way is to have such a company such as Redbubble or Society6, which allows you to list your products for free. You go ahead and tweak it a little bit, or even just select the products that you want to utilize. The good thing about this is that even if you have only one piece that you are ready to go ahead and share to the world, you can go ahead and list that, and at least it's there with a possibility for you to have some kind of passive income. And little by little, it allows you to go ahead and, as you create pieces of work, you can go ahead and start adding them to that shop without having to pay for an actual e-commerce shop or anything like that. So again, if I had known, I would have done this so long ago. A couple years ago, I would have just gone ahead and started listing my stuff there. Of course, you only make a commission out of that, but again, think about it. You don't have an investment for your e-commerce shop. You don't have to invest in having that merchandise on hand, and you don't have to worry about production and or any of that, really. So it's more of, hey, I got my artwork. I am focusing my my time on creating and growing my pieces, so therefore let me go ahead and list this and have it there on the backdrop. So that is my first step in actually going about selling my artwork. Number two, even though a lot of people actually go about it first, is I put it for my second one because I feel that I put too much time on social media. And don't get me wrong, social media is a great way for you to go ahead and start selling your artwork. My only thing is that most people think that in order for them to start selling on social media, they have to have a large following. And I find it that it's not necessarily about the size of your following, but more the hashtags that you're utilizing, or if it's on Facebook, the groups that you are sharing your work to that actually bring that revenue in. To tell you the truth, most of my sales do not come from friends and families or other artists, which are usually the ones that are following me on Instagram. It's usually a stranger that happened to see my art piece in a certain hashtag and sends me a message or a comment asking me, hey, is this available? So my focus would be, when it comes to social media, is going ahead and do some research on those hashtags and what works more for you to sell your artwork. And of course, repetition. Like, I know you don't want to keep sharing the same stuff over and over again, but essentially you have to, along with sharing it multiple times, I don't know, in a span of a month, and utilizing different hashtags so that you increase your chances for more people to see it. As far as making the transactions, you don't have to have an e-commerce shop. You can go ahead and set up your PayPal, your Zelle, Cash App, or even Facebook Pay or Apple Pay, and just do complete your transactions that way if you don't have an e-commerce shop available for that. So again, social media, second way, you don't need any kind of investment. Great way to start selling your stuff. All right, the third way that I would go about selling my artwork, it might not be your favorite, but it was actually my first way of doing things, and it was a headache, but but it was great. And that is vendor shows or festivals, craft shows, things like that. And the reason that I love this is because it gives you a chance to be right in front of your client. They get to know you, your personality, they put a face to the artwork, and it gives you a chance to actually talk to them and see what products firsthand, what products do well, and what their reactions are. I've had plenty of great conversations when I go to the craft shows. And not only that, but sometimes after they get to know you, or when they start speaking with you, that might be actually the one thing that turns them into a consumer. You know, they may have liked the product, but once they went ahead and you gave them a nice dazzling smile, they go ahead and make the purchase. Some people walk by and they see you smile at them, or they see you saying hi to them and acknowledge you, and maybe they didn't even have the intention to make a purchase, but they end up doing so because they want to support you. This is actually a great way for you to share your social media, because as you talk to people, even if they don't purchase, you can go ahead and say, hey, you know, if you want to support me, do you mind following me on Instagram or Facebook, or have a notebook ready for them to give you their emails. Great way for you to collect those emails, because those are important. And I feel that those shows was actually what gave my business a boost. It's a great way for you to have that extra income coming in as well. My suggestion would be to go ahead, start looking when those festival seasons are in your area, and at least make it a goal to make it once a month. If you make it once a month, you'll see it'll give you a boost. When you're doing your vendor shows, another way to actually link everything together, because I'm a big fan of linking all of my things together, is that when you make a sale, ask them if they are willing to take a picture. When you take a picture with them and then you share it on social media, it is absolutely great. It's like a verification for your online clients that, hey, my stuff is selling, my people love it, you don't want to miss out. So, third way, sell your work, art fairs. All right, the fourth one, I actually was a little shy about doing it at first, and then once I kind of got the hang of it, I felt so much better. And that is to go to local small businesses and ask them if they are willing to let you hang their pictures or have their stuff there. The key is small local businesses. Why? Because small local owners are more willing to help out other small local owners. So find those areas or those businesses that fit your niche, and just go up to them and ask them. I sell Puerto Rican artwork or Puerto Rican crafts. Therefore, I go to Puerto Rican restaurants or even Latino restaurants or Latino shops, because I know that the clients that I'm looking for will venture to those areas. The key to this is also make sure that you don't have any items there that would be a great loss. So for example, I don't ever put any original canvases in a restaurant. We're talking about a lot of potential for damage, grease, food stains, or whatever. Framed art prints like that, if by any chance they get damaged or lost or whatever the case might be, it is not that big of a loss for you. So that's the fourth way. Don't be scared. Just, remember, they had a beginning as well, just like you have a beginning, and you'll be surprised. If you feel that someone is a little hesitant, offer them a commission. Some of them, in my experience, uh, most of the owners have said, oh no, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and put your stuff, because they want to help out. But the fair way would be to give them a commission of that sale. It's great business. So fourth way, small business, go talk. The fifth way that I would go about selling my artwork is actually owning your own e-commerce shop. But notice I put this last. I am not a believer of putting my money in other shops such as Etsy or anything like that, where I'm paying a fee, I'm paying the listing, the taxes, and all that stuff. Plus, I still got to do the work of creating the work and shipping and doing all of that. To me, that doesn't make sense. If I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that work of actually taking the order, processing, and shipping, I might as well have my own e-commerce shop. Of course, a lot of people choose to go to Etsy or something like that because they thinking it's a large crowd, there's more people to see my stuff. They have, they already do all the whatever SEO and all that stuff, right? Whatever, I'd rather have my own e-commerce shop, but it wouldn't be the first thing I would do. And I know a lot of the times when people say, oh, you're creating your own business, build a website. No, now, I would build a website, a free website, simply for the portfolio, especially since you're an artist, just as a portfolio and a way for you to start collecting emails. I would not attach an e-commerce shop until your business is a little stable, or at least increasing in traffic or sales. Once you do that, perfect. Why? Because then you can go ahead and start tracking all of your sales, which makes it so much easier for when it comes to tax time. But I would not do this first. Skip the headache. If anything, build your portfolio, use it as a catalog. So like that, when people say, hey, what other works do you have, you can go ahead and send that link for that website as a catalog, free, and then just do the transactions like we spoke about on the first portion, which would be your own PayPal or Cash App sale and all that, all that stuff. You get the gist. But either way, those are my 5 ways that I would go ahead and start selling my artwork. Again, this is not every possible way, because there's so much out there, from art licensing and all that other stuff. There's so many ways for artists nowadays to make a living. This is just 5 ways, and 5 ways that I will start doing it if I had the chance to start again. But anyways, let me know what was the first way that you actually started your art career, or if you are beginning, which one of these actually appeal to you or do you want to know about? Let me know in the comments. Bye.